It's official. Her Majesty the Queen is now a Bond girl. Hey guys, what's up? So, I'm guessing everybody last night, well, was watching the opening ceremonies of the 2011 London Olympics. If you weren't, then where the hell were you? Last night was the opening ceremonies of the 2012 Olympics. The opening ceremony was directed by the one and only legendary director Danny Boyle. If you don't know who Danny Boyle is, well, here's a quick snippet of his career so far. Let's talk about the opening ceremonies now. Alright, so in the beginning, it's all... Well, at the beginning I was kind of confused by what it was. I saw the green hills, I saw people around a maypole, I saw little tiny cute little, houses, and there were lambs, and there were cows, and whatnot. I don't know, I missed that part, unfortunately. I'm only going by what I've seen in pictures. But after that, it was pretty cool, because it was fun to see, all the different countries, per se. I'm still trying to figure out why they were saying that Welsh is a country. Isn't Wales technically part of London, and Welsh is what they speak in Wales? I didn't know that Wales was its own country. Now, I know Ireland and Scotland are their own country, because, well, Scotland has its own flag, and Ireland is not attached to England. But that was kind of cool to see the different songs. I thought Danny Boy was, oh, Danny Boy, oh, the pipes are called. You know the thing that, the famous, oh, Danny Boy? But I didn't know that there was a different version. Or maybe there is a different version and I'm not thinking of that one, or... Wait, what were we talking about? I remember now. So, as we went into that, and we moved in from, the peaceful starting of how London and England began, then we have the Industrial Revolution. That one was pretty cool, because at first I didn't know what to make out of the, smokestacks rising, but that was pretty cool, and then I liked the idea of they were making the rings from, the molten steel and whatnot, and then the other interesting things that went, and then then they make up the Olympic rings, and I didn't know that the person who was playing, I don't remember his name, but by the director and actor Kenneth Branagh. I mean, this guy is pretty famous director as well as an actor too, so that was pretty cool. I didn't know that was him. I just I don't know, it's just some random actor. But no, that was him. It was kind of cool to know that. And of course, well, I think the highlight of the opening ceremonies for the 2012 Olympics was, of course, Her Majesty herself parachuting out of the helicopter with none other than himself, 007 James Bond. Now, we all know that the Queen did not jump out of the helicopter. Though if she actually did, that would be the coolest thing in the world. She would be the coolest queen in the entire universe. I mean, Queen, you would expect her to jump out of a helicopter. So, I mean, that would just be pretty awesome. And what makes it more awesome, she's with James Bond. Now, it's Daniel Craig. I have my kind of 50-50 with Daniel Craig. I mean, I've seen the movies. He's alright, but I mean, if this was back in the 60s, Her Majesty and Sean Connery jumping out of a helicopter together, that would just be freaking awesome, because, in my opinion, there is only one James Bond, and that is the iconic Sean Connery. The thing that I liked after I saw it from the pictures and actually seeing it somewhere actually on YouTube, because I had left to go to make a McDonald's run. I know, I wish I didn't make the McDonald's run now, because I missed the Mary Poppins battling Voldemort. Now that I have to say is pretty cool. Voldemort from Harry Potter, or Who Shall Not Be Named, Voldemort, you know, and of course the iconic Mary Poppins herself battling with Voldemort. So you have Mary Poppins are, you know, coming out of the sky, and there's this big, giant, evil Voldemort. Though it wasn't until I had to go back and rewatch it a few times to understand why there were hospital beds, children, and nurses. I didn't understand that part at the beginning. But it was really cool to see Mary Poppins, because everybody loves Mary Poppins. I mean, she's just iconically British. Now, the thing I really did like was the thing about the love in the digital age, how they did 4 decades of music set around this whole, you know, Broadway musical type production number about these 2 kids that, you know, they fall in love, and then how social media, you know, they're tweeting about this, they're Facebooking this. That was pretty cool. Oh, I also forgot to mention is it was kind of interesting how they did the Olympic torch. Now, of course, everybody thought it was going to be David Beckham. I mean, everybody, oh no, David Beckham, David Beckham, David Beckham. But no, David Beckham motorboats in with the person who was carrying the torch from wherever. And then some guy named Steve Redgrave, I don't know who he is. Yeah, apparently he's some Olympic athlete. I didn't know that. And then as he comes in, there are all the workers that helped create, you know, the stadium and everything for the Olympic Games. So as he rushes in, they're there to greet him. And then the really cool thing I thought was like how they give it to these teens, and as a symbolizing, you know, with the next generation, and then passing it on. And then instead of, you know, running up the stairs and, you know, dropping the thing in there and the big whoosh of, you know, the torch. No, it's actually pretty cool that the torch was on the ground, and everyone, all the 7 kids, lit the thing, and then it slowly rises into this thing, and it's on the ground. I know, that's something you don't see in any type of Olympic game. That's my whole entire take on the Olympic Games. Voldemort versus Mary Poppins, and Her Majesty the Queen is now an official Bond girl.